Hey there, campers. It looks like we need to dig out our crystal balls once again today, because guess what? I think we're going to have another red wedding. And guess what? I think there's a dude named Zuckerberg that's going to have a very bad day. Here we go. It seems like media and tech stocks have a lot in common when it comes to the ups and downs of earnings and the different things that affect them, including the shell game that is the support of their invisible company. Business Insider is going to point us clearly at something that should disturb or concern people who are looking towards Meta earnings today, because today they report them. Looks like Netflix and Meta stocks have seen their gains from the last 5 years nearly wiped out as they struggle with lofty growth forecasts, and the Fed tightening is adding to that pain. Well, this is from Carla Mosey over at Business Insider, and we'll just look at the first few lines because that's all we really need. There's a lot more stories we're going to cover. Netflix has seen their gains from the last 5 years nearly wiped out, as they said in the primary headline. Netflix so far in 2022, just Netflix, has been crashed nearly 66%. And Meta has fallen about 45%. Holy cow. Disappointing figures on users and rising interest rates have hurt high-growth tech stocks. Well, not only that, but a new trend is emerging, people leaving. We jump into it. This year's rout in Netflix and Meta platform shares has left them without much of the gains they've made over the last 5 years, with investors now accessing pivotal points in the business expansion for the streaming service and the social media company. And instead of accessing, that word was assessing. Prior to reporting earnings, according to the story, Netflix stock on Monday was trading around $206 a share. Meta will be reporting their pain today. This is going to be the release of their first quarter results, and the fourth quarter report released in February sparked a 25% plunge. I'm assuming it'll be equal to that or similar. Let's move on. We've got a story here from Yahoo Finance showing you one of the things that a lot of companies do when they expect they're going to have a bad quarterly report. Meta is creating a physical building for its metaverse products. Now, we knew this was coming, but it's being touted far and wide. Why are they doing that? Distraction. In fact, there are some people, it seems like 48%, according to a recent Piper Sandler number, that 48% are unsure or uninterested in Meta. That's a substantial portion of the population. It seems, though, that with the announcements of these stores, these brick and mortar locations, the first one is opening on May 9, they're introducing Meta Store with a hands-on experience for their hardware. So today, and this was just on the 25th, so what, 2 days ago? That today we're announcing Meta Store, our first physical retail space, opening on May 9th on our campus in Burlingame, California. In Meta Store, you'll be able to get hands-on experience with all of our hardware products through interactive demos, and you can make video calls to retail associates with Portal. Learn how the Ray-Ban stories can help you stay present with the world around you and explore the magic of VR. The Ray-Ban things, I think, are the new AR glasses that they've been working on. At the Meta Store, we want you to interact with everything. We want you to pick stuff up. We want you to feel it. This is interesting now because this is in, well, the part of California that probably everybody's still scared and wearing masks. And again, if you're immunocompromised, I understand why you would wear a mask, but you're going to be putting things on and off your face. Touching your face is very bad, and touching other things that other people are touching is very bad. And they're wanting you to do all of these things in their store. It seems kind of counterintuitive, when you've been supporting these ideas that, masks are required for everything. But Anyway, I digress. I don't know why I went off on that tangent. Well, yes, I do. But anyway, step inside the Meta Store and you'll discover how Ray-Ban stories help you capture and share memories without taking you out of the moment. You can try on a range of style, color, and lens variations to find the perfect fit for you. You will also be able to check out Portal in a special demo area. Once inside, you can place a video call to a retail associate to fully explore its capabilities. You're going to see the smart camera in action, or you can play with features like story time. That's very interesting. Look, I think the metaverse could be kind of interesting. I'm a big fan of VR. A lot of you have probably noticed that here on my channel. I cover VR stuff, and now that we're dedicating Tuesdays to tech, you probably see more of that. In fact, I've got another tech story for Tuesday that's VR related, at least for now. We'll see if something else breaks, but anyway, I'm a big fan of VR. I'm just not really going to be down with the metaverse version of this featured by Facebook. They kind of scare me. It's one of the reasons I don't have a Facebook account anymore, but that and privacy. Regardless, the Meta Store also features an interactive Quest 2 display wall, allowing you to explore the hardware, its accessories, and the breadth of content that is available today. To be honest with you, if I want to test one of these out, I have a family member with one, so it really is what it doesn't matter to me. But you're going to get a 30-second mixed reality clip on your demo experience that's yours to share. So there you go. The store is roughly 1,500 square foot, and it's got a relatively small footprint for an engaging experience. It's also important for us to launch the first Meta Store near Reality Labs headquarters while we're helping to build out the metaverse. And again, this is a lot of fluff. They're doing this for a reason, and here's why. From the Motley Fool, whether or not you think they're a good site or not, they say, why Meta Platform stock dropped today? Of course, this is from yesterday, the 26th. Investors are worried about what the social media giant might say to them tomorrow. And believe it or not, I believe that they should be. But hey, what happened? Well, Meta Platforms, at the time that this taken or stripped out of the internet, was down 2.83%. I think they've been fairly volatile days, so those numbers were going up and down like a yo-yo. But the stock trailed the market in early trading on Tuesday, with shares falling 3% by 11 a.m. Eastern Time compared to the 1.4 slump of the S&P 500. The decline added to significant losses for shareholders so far in 2022. The social media giant stock is down nearly 50% since the start of last year, as we mentioned from the previous article, and concerns are rising about what the company might have to say about its growth and earnings prospects in the upcoming quarterly update. I don't know about worried. I'd be darn more than concerned. I'd be freaking out, to be honest with you, because I don't expect good things. And again, so what? That's what the article says. Meta is scheduled to issue its first quarterly earnings results after the closing bell on Wednesday. Worries about that announcement are likely the main driver behind the stock's underperformance today. It doesn't help that the NASDAQ index is seeing significant selling pressure, down nearly 3%. No, it doesn't help, but let me tell you, NASDAQ hasn't been doing great lately, and in fact, the Dow hasn't been doing great lately, and a lot of people are pointing to something, a global event that's currently happening that may or may not have an impact, but there's other things at play here, including massive inflation numbers. Concerns about business mainly fall into two categories. First, Meta Platforms' advertising revenue, its core source of profit, is under pressure as platform owners like Apple make it harder to track users' browsing behavior. That's right. Apple instituted a new privacy update not that long ago, and it's really hammered away at Meta and their ability to directly reach into consumers' minds and their privacy. Oof. Anyway, the pressure is being amplified by slowing user growth on both Facebook and Instagram. Slowing? How about dead stopped? How about actually reversing direction and decreasing? Second, the company's best virtual reality, the metaverse, and the augmented reality haven't demonstrated solid returns yet. Instead, the Reality Labs division posted a $10 billion operating loss in 2021. Oh yeah, it's a new tech. They're trying to get it going. Now what? Well, Wall Street's going to be focused on what CEO Mark Zuckerberg and his team have to say about these challenges this afternoon. In fact, you probably are going to be able to watch this in real time if you want to, because I think their quarterlies are somewhat public, so enjoy. They're going to be looking for signs of whether or not they're going to rebound from a loss in engagement, which means less people are interacting every single day. So if Meta can show some positive progress towards their lack of progress last quarter, then the stock could jump. It's quite possible. I don't think so. I think a lot of investors are going to be very worried. Given its crash so far in 2022, investors are expecting more volatility as long as there's uncertainty about the stability of its advertising business and its bets on growth in the future. I don't see growth in Meta's company in anywhere in the near future, but look, I'm not the only one saying these things. You have Meta earnings could be another dud, says a strategist. This is from Brian Sozzi over at Yahoo Finance. He says brutal earnings days may be the new norm for Facebook and Instagram parent company Meta as the social media giant deals with slowing growth, elevated expenses, and high expectations. This is a quote. I certainly think it's possible if it reports another bad quarter, or will it report another bad quarter, I think is what's being insinuated here. Tech Analysis founder Bob O'Donnell said about Meta on Yahoo Finance Live. It's a video interview you can go watch if you want to. Meta's reporting their first quarter results today. O'Donnell, who noted that big tech earnings overall will likely be a mixed bag, no kidding, said that in the case of Meta, it will be an interesting story. There's been a lot of challenges there. We'll see how the advertising space plays out. It's almost hard to imagine a darker day for Meta than February 3rd, 2022, but we may get there, when the shares of the stock crashed 26% after a very disappointing fourth quarter and outlook. The resulting stock slide, wiped away $251.3 billion in market value for Meta, making it the biggest one-day loss in value for any U.S. company ever. Amazing. Thus far, 2022, Facebook has seen slowing growth, of course, and a $10 billion hit from privacy changes to Apple's iOS operating system, which we mentioned previously. I don't see anything that's necessarily magically connected, said O'Donnell. This is another quote. So I certainly think there is a possibility we will continue to see those kinds of trends for Meta. And I would agree. And you can see here in the chart how they track the fall off. And it did pretty well for a long time, and then it started to head downhill. Look, when the rubber meets the road, at the end of the day, the investors want to know that you're making money and your company's worth as much as, it's being sold as. A lot of analysts are saying that the company's currently undervalued, but there is a bearish pattern out there, and we can certainly jump on top of that. But let's just say this, and this is from some other analysis. There's a shockingly lackluster quarter end outlook from fellow FAANG member Netflix. Again, FAANG is one of those fancy terms investors use to refer to a specific group by their first letter of their ticker. And Netflix got destroyed, and they are continuing to be destroyed. They are calling into question, or that particular action is called into question, growth rates at large cap tech companies. And then a tepid outlook from Snap, which just came out a couple days ago, was basically exposing the ad weakness that actually exists for them and other people in the digital space. If you take a quick look, though, we had quite a bit of volatility yesterday with what Meta was doing in the marketplace, down as much as over 3%, down $5.51, and bouncing all over the place throughout the day. In fact, it had gone down to the lowest level of 179.50. Now, mind you, its high about 7 months ago was $384.33. That fits within the 52-week range. Again, earnings today, I don't anticipate great things for them. And I think you're going to see this across the board with almost all of the tech and media related stocks that are dependent upon streaming now. I think that all of them are going to have some disappointing news for us all. What do you think? Do you think we're going to have a bad Meta number today? Do you think that they're going to look bad? Do you think their stock's going to tank? I don't know. Quite possibly. There's a decent chance as far as I'm concerned. Do you think that this is a larger trend? I seem to think so. I'm looking at a lot of these companies very skeptically when it comes to earnings, when it comes to profitability. And again, a lot of them have always been sold on a hope and a prayer. I'm just curious what you think. And finally, do you think there's a future, a bigger future for the metaverse, at least led by this company Meta, who's tried to make it part of their name? I'm just curious. Please feel free to use the comment section down below to give me your thoughts on that. Well, and with that being said, be sure to support other independent creators here on the platform. They absolutely need your support, as I say each and every video. Whether you like, subscribe, share, any kind of engagement, comment, they're going to appreciate it. And if you really enjoy somebody's content, do your very best to share it out, because that really helps engagement, as do the comments. So please do them a favor and do me one as well, and please participate in the process. And of course, I end the video the same way I always do. Be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, wash your hands, of course, because it's good hygiene. And until next time, bye. Hey there, one last quick note before I let you go, and before we make it to the end of this video. I, CultureCasino, have a brand new Teespring store. That's right, you can now go to Teespring, look up CultureCasino, or use the link in the video below, and pick out some handsome and beautiful CultureCasino merchandise with many different designs and styles and colors, many different items. I was actually surprised at all of the things that you could create, and I have some more designs and items on the way here shortly. But, you know, if you want to support the channel in that way, there is some merch. Otherwise, here comes the ending. Thanks for visiting today. Be sure you're subscribed and hit that for alerts.
Yay!
Of course, like and share all of the videos that you can, as it helps with the algorithm. Have a great day.